Hello, Steve here on a Monday morning. The market just opened up, kind of let it flush out. Missed a couple trades in the morning or just at the open there. You can see how they went out. Just to give you an idea, I did change the two targets. So two targets are going off on the second two times ATR, and then the third one is going to be a trail, and I've got it set way up high out of the way. The reason why I've done that is because I got tired of taking just 4 ticks off, so I'm risking a full stop on 3 targets. But yep, I'm scaling out. So since or scaling out on targets, so it's like, what's the point of taking 4 ticks? So and it was always hitting it anyway. So I'm like, I'm moving it up, and so this way, if I have a loser of 3 targets, that's a loser of 3 contracts, at least those two are making it up, and you can see it's starting to kind of work. So I'm again looking at numbers, and this just give you an idea of what I got here. This is Nasdaq. Nasdaq is top, micros are on the bottom. Different settings. This is chart 44. This is chart 57 I'm using. This is the same as 43 and 57 up here. But I'm trading NASDAQ. If it were micros, I'd switch it to 43. This is 52 and 53. I'm trading, this is YM, by the way. So I'm trading the micro 53. And then 49 is this one here. Little different settings here and there. But all in all, micros on the bottom, and then NASDAQ's on top. I have other screens that are doing other things right now. I think RTY, Russell just went into a long. ES has done nothing so far. And then I've got some more YMs on the other screen that you don't see. They're all 3 in longs. Currently up between the 3 of them, maybe $700. Again, those are Sims collecting data. I have a 6E that hasn't done anything yet. And I got the Heikin-Ashi over here that I'm about ready to, pretty much today is probably going to be discontinued because it just isn't, it just doesn't do anything. Just big loser. So you can see how I lost here now. It didn't go up, and again, it's going right into VWAP, so I kind of wouldn't expect it to. But it doesn't know any better. It's just going to do what it's told to do. So you can see how we just wiped out our little account there. So now, so what I have here also moving averages. So I've got my big blue or big white dots is the 100 moving average. This is the 50, the lines, and then the black is the 20. And the way I was trained, for trends is that they have to be lined up together. Actually, I was trained with the 200, but I'm using 100. So it's 100, 50, 20. And so right now, these are all lined up for a short. And if it were long, they'd be the other way around. And when they get mismatched, like over here, then they're not going to, it shouldn't be firing along when they're all underneath each other. If anything, they're set up for a short. So, and anyway, it's a different strategy, different different rules, different teachers that I had. But anyway, I like to look at that. And as far as the VWAP, you've got the VWAP right here on the chart, and then you've got the first, second, and third down here, and up on top you've got first, second, and third going that way with the VWAP. So that's what I have on my charts. So there should be, if I get a pullback, these are all lined up. If I get a pullback to like right here, a little bit more, I need a little bit more pullback. But if I can get a pullback like right there, now if it keeps going up, it's going to be no good. But if it goes down from here, well, it looks like it's not going to go down. But if it did go down, and like, yeah, okay, well, so much for that. But you know what? Great. I don't want it to go down anymore because it's too much chop. So now what we have to do is wait for it to come back up here, maybe hit the 100, maybe even hit the VWAP, then come back down again to get all in sync. Our moving averages are in sync, but we need to make some higher time frames get back in sync, and then when they do, then go. Once everything syncs up, we're good to go. So anyway, that's the philosophy. So I just let it run for a second, and I'll just pause it here for a minute. Okay, well, we're not going to be going short anymore on that one. Oh, maybe we will. All right, so things have to start. It has to come down probably to here, break this reversal bar, because you can see we're kind of like hovering around here. See, now the bot's taking along, right into VWAP. Now, I wouldn't kind of like that, but it might make it. I mean, it's doing what it's told to do, and you know, it doesn't know that from here to here is 5 points. So that was tough. That was, but there it is. So, bada boom. So now I took my 2 targets off, and obviously I'm running on the second one. And that's fast. That's so fast. But you can see how it pulls back and goes. That's why it did it. It just doesn't know the VWAP is there. It's not one of the rules inside the thing. It's designed to do up, you know, go up, pull back, and trigger, and that's what it does. But the next component that it really needs to have is the fact, if you've watched other videos, that it needs to have a room to run. Now here, obviously, is room to run. So if that VWAP were in the way, then it would certainly have enough ticks in there to get a profit, and it would have taken it. But anyway, in this particular scenario, VWAP is just in there for my own personal viewing. It's an indicator. It doesn't have anything to do with the triggers of when the bot should run. Now, if you notice everything's all lined up to go north, well, this stop, where'd it go? Interesting. The stop just disappeared. There's no stop. That's good to show Joel. Good to know. There are still, I see this quite often. I'm glad I caught it on tape. I see nakeds all the time. So if this started tanking right now, this would give us some serious problems because it wouldn't stop. And I'll have to look at the video to find out how it got stopped or what made it disappear. Maybe anyway, I'll have to manage this myself. I'll put a stop right here. I'll just close it out manually just for statistical purposes, but you could obviously, that's why you would never want to leave these things alone. And right here at that stop loss is where I will just manually do it. Yeah, I'm done. I'll be out. Okay, so now I'll be ready to go for again. I don't know what happened there. I'll have to look at the video and see what happened, but not good. Anyway, see where it's got a micro on. So again, this is these 3 are NASDAQs, and then the micro over here, but this is a micro YM, so don't get confused on that one. Okay, well, we got a little of our money back, but that one trade that we went into VWAP I didn't care for, but what are you going to do? Now it's setting up again, and does it have room to go? You know, I don't know. Right here, if it triggers here, or you know, somewhere around here, and it wants to go north, that's how much room you got to work with. 13 points. It could take our. I don't think it's going to take our. I think our targets would be up above that. So I would really like to see a pullback right here, and then trigger it, because this is not part of the equation, so it's not going to do it. But you can see up here is our next area of concern. Oop. Come on. Our next area of concern would be this one, and that's 26 points. So we're plenty of room to go. Oh, that's it. My other one just got out. So YM just got out on chart 50 this morning is 570 positive. Chart 46 is 480 positive. Chart 47, which is Mimi's, I think 700 or 701, 700 I believe it is. That is up 95. Well, I'm sorry, it's in a current trade, up $95. I'll have to wait until it closes to look at it. Although I could look over here, I suppose. 47 is down $292. So maybe it'd be break even after this. Okay, so there's our long. And you can see our targets went here above here, which I don't particularly care for, because it might take a full stop on 3 contracts. But if we can bust this area, we should be able to make it to this next area, which should be fine. And then a runner, if it makes it, it makes it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And actually, the runner would be up here by the third, so that would probably be a good spot for that runner if it's able to trail and bust through this. So we'll find out. But I just don't like the fact that we're going into this right here, and we had from how much. Let's see, how much did we have to work with? Where is it? Let's get rid of this. So we're right here is our entry, and we're trying to go for, there we have 3 points.
Stop film.
Yep, 3 points before we run into a brick wall. So yeah, I probably wouldn't have taken that. The bot doesn't know any better. I'm going to pause it. This just went in on a short right here, right at VWAP. So technically it would be okay because of the fact it entered under VWAP for the short. And we have room to run, which would be, let's say here to, this would be our next area, which is 12 points, which is fine. So technically if we don't get stopped out, this should be good on a short. We shall see. I'll let it run for a second.
The bottom of this candle, fellas, is 56.
See how that magnet, VWAP, is just like a magnet? It's like unbelievable. Our moving averages on this chart are, where are they? Where are my moving averages? Oh. I guess I took on. I guess not. I'll have to put them on after. All right, so we should have room to go to that. And take off my 2. Oh, what did it? Oh, this. Why did it take off? Wait a minute. Oh, this one's set up differently. I'm sorry. This one's set up a 1, 2. What the heck is this one? I don't even know anymore. 2, 3, and 2, 3, and 8.
NQ 14-2 reversal bar.
And where is my stop? Oh my God. I'm going to pop it out again. Right there.
Order filled.
Unbelievable. It's just, geez, there's no way I put real money on here. Maybe one contract. Maybe one contract and just watch it like a hawk, but unbelievable. I don't know why it's canceling all these. Anyway, it's going to do it again, which is fine. Should have room. Let's see if it.
Order filled.
Let's see if I can look at this here. Let's see, there's my stop. 3 of them. It's fine. This should go down. Should make it to this up. It should make it to at least, you know, here, this first standard, and then maybe bust through and go to second. And then the third target would be there if it decided to go all the way down. So that's set up right. That's the way I want it. So we wait.
Order filled.
There goes another one. All right, let's see what this one's doing. Now this one's set up for 2 here.
Target filled.
Come on. If this were live, I would have put that right above that first standard deviation, but because it bounces, see, now it's going to take me out. Those things are bouncers. It needs to wind up and slingshot down. That's all. Just hopefully it doesn't wind up too much, which it looks like it might. Yep. Hopefully it'll bounce off that all those moving averages. Oh, look at that. And just slingshot down.
NQ 14-2 reversal bar down. Stop filled.
Okay. Out, out. That one almost is out. Out. Now you know what's going to happen. Now that I kicked it out, it's going to go down here. Now it's going to kick this one out, then go down. Is that how Murphy works? Our friend Murphy. I'll pause. Just as I hit pause, this one triggered. This is interesting. How come those are separate? This is the micros.
NQ 14-2 reversal bar up.
This is YM. So if this were live, I'd move it there above that first standard.
NQ 14-2.
Looks like it's going to go hit VWAP. And this one's above it high enough that hopefully it'll survive it.
Stop filled.
Nope, I don't know why that's separated like that.
NQ 14-2 reversal bar.
And YM's going to go down, and I would definitely have the down there. I could see it maybe coming down to 50, but I'm not going to change it because I don't want to manipulate it. So I will just let it do its thing because I'm collecting data. Hey, I've got some charts that if anybody wants to collect data, I've got a couple of charts that I'd like to run just to put them on sim and let them run. If you want to collect data, I could set you up. Just give me a shout out and we'll go through it. It's really easy. If you want to know how to do your data, you could just go to the website. Let's go here, Trumper.com, then go to Stat Squad, and then how to download your trade data. It's really easy, little video. I'll give you a number to set up so we could, track who you are. I'll assign you a number, a little group of numbers or something, depending on how many charts you want to put on. This is what I was working on yesterday, and I think this is a nice tool to have. So there's a little video on it, but I was working on that yesterday with somebody, so we were looking at, I think the video yesterday talked about it a little bit, but I worked on it a little bit more last night, so I'm thinking in another week or so we'll be able to look at that a little closer. Anyway, I'm pausing. Alright, now it decides to go north, so we'll see how that's going. So it decided to go north and trigger right at the first standard, which it looks like it's probably on the right side of it. I would have preferred to kind of get in on a pullback past that and break that area, but we will definitely have enough room to get to this one. So even if we can't get to the third standard, at least the two will be off there. So that's good to know. This one's set up a little differently with the staggered scale out. So full targets off, or full stops off on 3 contracts, but we scale out on the profits. Doesn't make sense to me. Kinda. I understand the rationale, but I don't know. I like it. So you see here, we're still in this. We almost got. Oh, okay. This was the long. Did it reverse? No, it was. Oh, I guess I mistook it for a short. I guess this is the long, and we were hiding our stop behind the which was a perfect spot for it to be underneath there. So now hopefully it bounces off, but hopefully I have enough gusto to get past this one here, because this might come back down and bounce. We shall see. I'm going to pause. Looks like it's going to get popped out. Hopefully it'll bounce off this 20. they're lined up.
14-2 reversal.
So
Stop fill.
unfortunately, just can't do it. It's you can't go high, buy high, and hope for higher. It's ridiculous. You cannot buy high and hope for higher. You have to buy low. It has to be down here. You need to have that offset. See right here at the 20, it'd be perfect spot. How about that? There, buy low, sell high. Now you can bust through it, and it should probably take you to there. Luckily, this one had enough to survive it. But this one, on the other hand, I think is at 2.5. I've looked at numbers. This one might be at for a stop. But
Stop fill.
yeah, see. Well, okay, I'm starting to get chop zone. All right, I'm going to pause it. Now that would have been a perfect spot for a long. Buy low, sell high. I could see it going through there now to the second. But where did it get in? It got in. Where's that border? Our entry is right here. You can see it. There's our entry right there. If you can see a little dot, a little arrow. And we had how much room to our target? 1 point. Not even 1 point.
Order filled.
Point taken.
NQ 14.
Point taken. Okay. I just added my moving averages on this chart. Saved it. You can see how we just totally eviscerated our profits because we were in chop and it didn't recognize chop. So now it did bust through here, and obviously had we had an offset and got in at a better spot, we would have enough to run our, we would have hit our targets, and then our runner would hopefully get to that one.
Filled.
Now the other theory is to go ahead and take all three off right there and then be set up for another one, because this one will not take a trade if it's already, this bot will not, is not designed to take a trade if you're already in a trade. So it can't do an add-on. Or, you know what, I think it can with continuous, I believe. I think there was something I did remember reading on that. I don't do it, but I might be mistaken on that. But needless to say, it's not going to. Okay, it just triggered. Just triggered on everything. So now we are buying high and hoping for higher. And we'll see if we get it. I'm pausing.
Target filled.
Okay, looks like we're about ready to. Something hit a target, I don't know where. But it's one of these are going to hit target pretty soon. There we go, 2 targets off on 57. I'll scale out of these. At least my runners are going to be smaller. Okay, so now they're going to be smaller even yet. So if it comes back and takes these 2 out, it'll kind of be a little bit more break even plus plus. But if we take this one out, then we'll definitely be in the green on this one. This one already took it, so if it came back out, we're at plus 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 here. So we're good to go on there.
Target filled.
There we go. We just exceeded the high, which Q down here. Where's our high? I think it's like right here. I think this is our high here, if I'm not mistaken. Let's look at real quick. 686. I believe that was our high. I have to look a little closer and deeper, but I believe that might have been it. So we popped it. So now these are the people that are take out the stops, the people that are hiding above the high, and the people that are doing breakouts want it to take off, and the ones that are doing an edge trade, which I like, would be doing short. And we'll see what happens. In either case, I'm in long, so And it's a positive trade, so if it even comes back and gets me, it doesn't matter. I need to change these. These are off, I'm noticing. These are supposed to be blue. This is my own color preference. I need to change these. These are supposed to be blue because, oh no, they're supposed to be red. These are supposed to be red. I think I'm backwards. I got to reset those. I used to have them that way, but then I changed them. So I guess some charts I haven't changed yet, but I'll change these because I want the red because we're up really high, and so that's, you know, be careful kind of thing. And then the opposite would be down here at the bottom. When you're really short, you should be watching out. So be careful. You got some you know, support there. So that's why I switched them around. I didn't like the color scheme that Ninja came up with, so I changed them. And that's what this is, just Ninja's indicator. I just tweak the colors a little bit and the format of it a little bit. Not the settings per se as far as numbers, only the you know, the color scheme. That's it. I didn't like that shading that they had and everything like that. Anyway, I'll pause.
Stop filled.
No need to pause. We're out. So okay. Okay, just took an order again, right into VWAP. Let's see if it makes it and breaks it. I mean, it definitely is the way I wanted to trade. I would have preferred to see the pullback up here, but it triggered and that's where it went, and there's no pullback. So now we will hope that we can make it from here to VWAP.
NQ 14.2 reversal bar down.
We'll see. I'm looking at these numbers while we're while this triggered, and I was looking at these charts actually, and I have to do a little bit more comparison, but
Order filled.
the only difference between these two charts is this has got a higher time frame filter to get out of the chop, stay out of the chop a little bit more, and the targets. The targets, as I mentioned here, are 2, and this is scaling targets, and then this is taking 2 targets and let 1 runner. Once we get out of this trade, you'll see the difference between the two as far as money is concerned. Oh, come on. You can do it. Get a little bit more power. I think it might make it. It's got some power. Look at the power coming down.
Target
So it
filled.
should be able to make that.
Target
Okay.
filled.
So the question is, now we're sitting good on. See, my stop's gone. Oh my God. All right, I have to manually do that, which will be right here at this stop loss right there, and that'll trail down. In any event, you'll see once we get out of here, these trades, that hopefully we could take out the second one. Oh, this one's gone too. What the heck?
Target filled. Target filled.
Oh, I got a target on the other chart. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to use my trail here. I have to watch these. I'm going to feed my dog. I wasn't even looking at my other chart. It took the same chart, same thing, but it's doing a little different, but it's the same. So now we got to bust through here, but this is a trail, so I don't care, and so is this actually, this scale trail. So, but I just got to watch it because there's no stop. You see the naked order. There's a target. If it hits it, great. But if it doesn't, and it goes the other way, we got some serious problems. So I got to watch it very closely. So I'm going to pause it. I think I'm going to call it after this too. I got to get some stuff done. But anyway, what I was saying is that the only difference between these charts is that this has got a little filter to get me out of this, the chop more, and then the money management part of it. So you'll see once we're out of this trade what the differences between the two are for just today. And I've got statistics going back a little bit longer. This chart here is relatively
Target
newer, but
Stop filled. Stop filled.
what's going on? YM's up 570 on that chart.
Target filled.
YM's up 480 on this chart.
Stop filled.
I don't know what YM. Okay, that's out. So that's good to go. So there's $1,000 on that one. We finally got back to where we were. Let's see if we can get this one out of here. And the other YM chart 47 was negative 450. I'm not liking that chart anymore. Again, that particular chart from 47 is a minute chart, and I don't really like minutes, so it's not. It's just personal preference. Everything's personal preference in this world. Okay, I'm going to take this out as soon as it hits the stop. I'll take it out manually since there's no stop. I'm going to pause. Okay, so I'm going to take it out here. Oh, come on. I want you to see the difference between the two accounts. Seriously? And there's a reversal bar there too. Come on. That's why I like those reversal bars. I think it touched it. Yeah, I'm out. Okay.
Order filled.
All right. So look at the difference. Look at the difference between the two. And the only difference is the trade management and a little bit of the higher time frame, which may or may not have too much to do with it, but it probably kept this one out of a little bit more chop than this one. And then when this did get in something, it was just scaling out on hitting targets and then taking full stops. So anyway, I think I'm going to call it for today and leave this short. I might have another video. We'll see what happens. All right, bye.